Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. Party this weekend. Good morning. So, welcome back to Walk and Talk with Lamont Carey. As you can see, I was all prepared to go outside, but then I heard the wind. Hey, Dot. Good morning, Dot. Dot says good morning. So, I was prepared to go outside, but that wind. Dot, do you hear that wind blowing? So I didn't think it would be right for the recording. No, I didn't think it'd be right for me because it sounded cold, and I'm going back to I don't do cold well. So we done had 4 amazing episodes. I mean, I like all the episodes, but I think the ones about the village has been very interesting. Dorothy said yes in relation to the cold. So, let me take this jacket off since I'm not going outside. I want to continue to talk about the village. Heather said, good morning, Lamont and friends. Lady Di said, hey. So, I got hit up yesterday about the shirt. Keep your hustle, but change your product. And I was asked where I get it from. It's actually my shirt. This is my motto. I changed from the negative stuff, but I kept the hustle from when I was living that other life. So keep your hustle, but change your product. And if you want to get you one, you can go to lamontcarey.com/clothing. Or you can just go to lamontcarey.com and hit on shop, and you'll find that and books and everything else. So how y'all feeling this morning? Lady Di said, good morning. How y'all feeling this morning? So, I hope y'all doing well. In D.C., I hear the wind blowing. I don't really know how cold it is, but with the wind blowing, there's a sign that it's something that I don't want to get involved in. And also remember before we kick this off that on February the 1st, we're going to be moving over to the Mr. Lamont Carey page so we can have more fun, so more people can tune in, because I've realized that it's limited on here, and I want to be able to engage you all on a better platform. So if you haven't already, subscribe and like Mr. Lamont Carey page and share it. Appreciate you all. Lady Di said cold and sunny. So it's kind of confusing, right? Because we'll get out there and thinking it's cold and funny and be thrown off. So let's get back to the village concept, right? So if you just joined us for the first time, the village concept is that I'm one of the believers that the needs and the wants of the community actually has the resources to provide those needs and wants to everybody in the community. And I believe it'll make our communities healthier, safer, and stronger if we're working together to achieve that goal. And of course, everybody is not going to be on board, so we have to get involved and start reaching out to people in our community to make them comfortable, to make them want to be involved in a healthy community versus a destructive community. So today I wanted to talk about, I know yesterday we left off on patience. I want to revisit patience and figure out how you all increases your patience, because patience, I mean, time is the only thing that we don't get another chance with, and some people don't want to waste their time or their patience on other people. So Lady Di said, have a great session. I have some more work taking me away from the phone. Lady Di, okay. But you've been riding out with us for so long, so I surely appreciate you, and I know you got to get things done, and I understand that the rest of you may have to get things done. And so I just appreciate the time that you devote to spending with me. So, Lady Di, I'm sure I hear from you later, if not this today, this week, or next week. So, take care of what you have to take care of. So, patience. Now, one of the things I see on social media is nothing but a lack of patience, right? I see stuff posted, but like leaving you in the past. I ain't got time to be waiting on you. I'm focusing on me. All kinds of things that connects to abandoning people. Abandonment might be something we cover too. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably have to cover abandonment. But patience. Tell me, what is your patience like? Like, uh, this is the thing that I learned about patience. Regardless of if you have any patience or not, you still gotta live that every second of that time, and you can't rush things along. So, I think figuring out how to manage your patience. Hey, Renee, I see you too. I see you. You accomplishing your goals, fit, fine, and fabulous, and out there saving the lives of women that are experiencing domestic violence. Proud of you, Shawty. You making everything that you want happen. Thumbs up to you. So patience. What is your patience like? Renee said, hey, love, 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 love. Hearts, 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 hearts. Yes, yes. So what is your patience like? Are you one of those people that say, I ain't got time for that? I don't have no patience. Renee said, thank you. So what is your patience like, and how, if you was a person that was impatient, how did you go about extending your patience so that you won't be an impatient person? What are your tips? How do we become more patient? Because the one thing, in order for us to accomplish our goals, in order for us to build a stronger and healthy community, we have to build stronger and healthy individuals, and that requires some patience. It even requires some patience on us accomplishing our goals. It accomplishes some patience on us raising children. It requires patience on us dealing with our bosses and co-workers. So we have to find patience, because if we don't find some form of patience, then we're going to experience things like anxiety, right? Depression, all of those things that happen when you become restless, stressed out, overwhelmed. So let's figure out, how do we get one of those one of those Musa moments? What do they do like this? I go Musa moments, right? So how do you when you find yourself being impatient, or do I have the wrong interpretation of what patience is? But I want to know, how do you become less impatient and more patient? And does that mean, does patience mean that you don't have tolerance for things, right? So I'm trying to understand, like, when you talk about patience, what does that mean to you, and how do you improve your patience? Because I know when I'm talking about patience, I'm one of those individuals, if I want something, I want it right now, right? And if I can't get it right now, I'm trying to figure out the way to get it in a timely manner, versus saying as fast as I can possibly get it. Because I've done the fast way, and the fast way brought me more heartache than anything else. And so how do you increase your patience if you are an impatient person? Because I know sometimes we get impatient with the things I mentioned before. Our significant others, our children, our workplace, ourselves. So how do you find the patience in you to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish? And where does impatience come from? Why you moving so fast? Why you need it right now? Why do I need it to happen right now? So talk to me. So what are your thoughts? Because I know one of the ways that I deal with me being impatient is that I'll set goals, right? Or not really necessarily goals, but it's goals, but I'll set a timeline. And so I even created a journal to help me create my timeline and be able to check off, so I won't be impatient, because I'll see progression in the pursuit of things that I'm trying to accomplish. So say, for instance, that I want to write a book, right? No, let's do something different. Let's say, for instance, that I want to plan like a workshop, which I'm in the process of doing, right? And I want to have this workshop within 3 months. But I really wanted to have the workshop the second that I had the idea of having the workshop, right? But I know that doesn't give me enough time to properly prepare. It doesn't give me enough time to get the venue. It doesn't give me enough time to interest you all in coming. And it doesn't even give me enough time, if I want to pass out material, to have all that together. So even though I have the idea now and I want to start it now, doing a workshop is totally, doing something like a bigger project is totally works against me if I can't find the patience. So one of the things I've done, I'll say, okay, my timeline is 3 months. What's the 3 months from now? February, so March, April, May. So say May the 21st, I want to have this workshop, right? But I really want it now, because I think what I have to offer, you all going to love. So the workshop that I'm thinking of is going to be on writing your story, right? So how do I become patient enough to make it to May the 21st, right? So what I do is I say, okay, I want to do this workshop. Then I think about who the demographics is that I want to make aware of the workshop, right? That I want for sitting in the seats. And what are the key things that I want the individual that's participating in my workshop to gain from the workshop, right? And so I write all of those thoughts down. 1 second. Heather said, good morning, Heather. Working in mental health, I have to remember that people are not on my timeline for recovery. Wow, that's deep. But being a survivor myself, and even having my own severe abandonment issues in my personal life, I have to give myself the time that others don't. So sometimes that means moving past the people who have stood in my way. Awesome. Oftentimes I have to put a whole lot of blood, sweat, and lots of tears into people before I figure out that they might be holding me back or harming me. Sometimes I do have to leave them in the past, but that doesn't mean we can't catch up. But I'm a cancer survivor and a survivor of abuse, so I gotta leave some people in the past to see my future. Okay, so I like this. So I want to, if you don't mind, Heather, I saw like 3 things that I wanted to touch on. You said you had to remember that people are not on my timeline for recovery. I think that's an awesome saying. So break that down. So what do you mean that people are not on your timeline for recovery, and how does that create patience within you? And I know you're not gonna remember. So I'm gonna have to start. That's one thing I gotta do. I gotta bring me a pen and piece of paper here. So that's one of the questions, Heather, that I would like, if you don't mind, for you to answer. Because you know that people are not on your timeline, how do you manage your impatience to give them enough time to get to where they need to be so you can engage them in the way that they need to be engaged? Because you're right, people that are in recovery, regardless of what recovery, you do not control their time. You cannot speed up their recovery process. So help me out there, Heather. How do you adjust your patience or your impatience to become patient to work with the clientele that you work with? What is that like? And for you all out there that's on the line, that's looking in, feel free to join us. As you can see, we're very welcoming. We're harmless. And if you don't know, I'm Lamont Carey, and this is Walk and Talk with Lamont Carey. And today we're back to, so this, I think this is part 5 on the village, and this concept that the village or the community or the state or the county or the country have the resources that are needed to help those that in need and have wants, and that we can work together to meet the needs of our communities, and that allow us to become safer, more productive, and things of that nature. So Heather, tell me about that, Heather. What's up? Heather, so tell me that how you work your timeline to make so you won't become impatient to be able to work with the clients that you are working with. So we talking about impatience. How did we become patient? What does it take? What are the tools that you have used to make yourself more patient? I forgot I got a meeting. Larry, hey Larry. Super soul singer, award winner, top R&B artist. He is doing his thing in New York. How do you increase your patience when you are an impatient person? What are your tools? What are your tips? Heather said, when work with people, I have to model recovery as it is for me, but I meet them where they're at, and I keep a strict ethical boundaries. Clients don't necessarily affect my personal life. I have to separate profession from personal. Larry said, yo, so how does that impact your patience though, Heather? How did that make you more patient with them because you're there to help them? And so why did you say about separation from professional and personal? So Larry, how do you become patient? How do you work on your patience? Because I know you out there, you singing all over New York and in Chicago. Well, those are the 2 places that I've recently seen you win your awards at. And if I've known you for a while and your grind has been vicious, you have come a mighty long way. And how did you create the patience in order to be where you are now? Because you've been grinding a while, but you stayed focused, you stayed determined, and now you're reaping rewards from all the work that you put in. So I know as a fellow artist, that when I want something, I want right now. I want people to like this new book right now. I want people to love this new poem right now, but it doesn't work like that, or I don't reach the amount of people that I would like. So how do we stay patient? How do you build your patience with your kids when they are driving you absolutely insane, or your child isn't doing things the way that you know that it will work better for them? How do you increase your patience? And I forgot I got a meeting too, y'all. So that's what we're talking about today. Patience. How do you increase your patience? So I know tomorrow that I want to talk about abandonment in the village, because I know a lot of us suffer from or have experienced abandonment, and it makes us hesitant to engage other people and open ourselves up to other people if we feel that they're going to leave us once we become emotionally or very invested in them, that they leave us. So I forgot about this meeting. So for now, we might have to come back to patience. But look, I appreciate you again. Don't forget Mr. Lamont Carey's page. Go like it, subscribe to it, because on February the 1st, this show will move over to there. And if you are one of those people that wanted to know where I got this t-shirt from, it's actually sold through my company, LeCurry Enterprises. So you can see, keep your hustle, but change your product. So you can go to lamontcurry.com and click on shops, and you can purchase your own shirt. And thank you all for, a lot of you went out and bought The Heal and have read it already, because you've been hitting me up online saying that we need to talk and how good you thought the book was or is. So you don't mind going to Google and leaving me a review. So Heather said, it's that because it's a professional relationship. It's not that I leave it all out of my mind at the end of the day, but I try to remember it's my job, and I got to make sure they are able to take what I give them and use it themselves. Heather also said, ha ha ha, it's all good. Give me time to answer your questions. So that means I'm impatient. You talking about my impatience, Heather? Is that what you talking about? That I'm being impatient because I ain't giving you enough time? That's a good one. So, I appreciate you all. So Heather, we might have to piggyback this tomorrow. I forgot that I got something that I have to do, and I need to get on top of that. But I didn't want to leave you all hanging. It was a good thing that it was cold outside and I didn't go walk, because then I would be further off track than I initially am now. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Share, comment, give me some suggestions on things that you want to talk about. Heather, be patient. I'll be back tomorrow. Later.